we're going to attach her arms now. So you're going to take your board, flip it over, and on the back of the board, find where the feather is, and that is row 5. So 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So there's a feather there. We're going to use this set of holes and this set of holes. So it's much easier to do your zip tie from the back instead of digging through the fur. So I'm going to take the head of my zip tie and it's going to go in this hole, because this hole already has 2 zip ties from doing the outer portion. So, and then I'm going to do over on the other side. So right here and right here, we're going to flip it over. And we're going to pull all the fur away that's from the top part. Just like that, so you can see the board. And we're going to do the same for the other side, because we want to zip in the top of the jute cord braid, but we also want the fur to fall over top of it naturally. Okay, so now I'm going to trim this bit. So I'm going to zip tie the top part in, right where the elastic band is. Zip it nice and tight. I'm going to come around and do the same thing on this side. Zip it where the elastic band is. Just move the zip tie heads to the side so they're not sticking out or pointy. And snip off the tails. And then the fur will fall down over top of the shoulders there. And for the hands, we had this little heart. And I'm going to maybe poke a hole. Or you can just glue the little heart so it looks like she's holding the heart. Actually, I'll probably just glue it. So it would be cute if she had like a little bear or a little animal that she's holding on to, but for this sake, she's just holding on to a little heart. Okay, so that's her hands. Now we're going to do her legs. We're almost done. All right, you're going to flip over your board. And we're going to be using the last row. And we're going to find the center holes. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you count in 5, that's the center. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So where we're going with this, and this time we want to do it opposite and have the zip tie on the back. We're going to put a zip tie into this set of holes. There's the center, and another zip tie on this set of holes. And if you just lift it up, the fur will naturally just fall, so you don't have to separate it all. And do this up. And then we're going to take her legs and the top of her leg. Now you can decide how long you want it. We're just going to zip it, pull it to the side. Now I wouldn't cut it just yet out of the top until you decide if that's the length you want her legs. So once you've decided what length you want, you can put some glue on the back side and it'll hold it in. And we'll do this to the second one. So we want her legs approximately the same length, and zip it up and pull it to the side. And like I said, you can glue it in place. When you hang it up, you'll be able to see exactly if they're both even. Okay. There's our legs. And we're almost done. So I'm going to take her braid, move some of this fur, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue just on the side of her face so her braid comes along and then lays nicely. She's got very long hair. I'm going to have to give her a haircut. There we go. One braid's longer than the other. So I'm going to take an elastic. I'm going to scale back her braid a little bit. Maybe to right there. So I'm just going to put an elastic band around it again, and then I'll just cut the end, the excess off. There we go. And I'll do the same on the other side. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put a little piece of this boa around her neck to make it look like a scarf. It's got some kind of green string on it. I don't know why. Odd. Okay, I'm going to cut the knot that's on the end. I'm going to double this since there's just a little piece left. I've used this quite a few times for different projects. And I'm going to flip her over and feel where her face is. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right on the board. Put the boa and get a clothespin. Or maybe hold it down. There we go. And then come around, make sure all this, her fur is facing down again. And come around. Go. And glue it on the other side. Again, we'll get a clothespin so we don't burn ourselves and let it dry. And lastly, we have the wings. The wings are going to go just below and above row 5. So they're going to go about here. And the trick with the wings is to make sure that they're angled the exact same way. Okay, so this is row 5. And I'm going to have the scalloped bottom, at the bottom, I mean. So you want to make sure your glittered side is facing the front. Get her braid out of the way so it doesn't get glue on. And I'm going to put some glue there and right above, or where the marabou feather is. And I'm using the pipe cleaner as the guide for my center and going right over top of that zip tie. That way I know how to place or where to place the second wing so it looks exactly the same. So pipe cleaner is my center guide, and then I put glue on either side of the zip tie that is on row 4. So you can still see all of row 5. And right above and right below, zip tie in row 4, my pipe cleaner, and we want to make sure it's about the same angle. Flip it over and we'll be able to tell. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Put some glue so the top is on. So we're just gluing the wings nicely to the board, so it's nice and flush. And I believe we just have a hanger to put on her, and we are done. So the back still looks pretty good. Again, we could adjust her legs, but I'm not going to do that until I've hung her up. And then you can curve her wing in a little bit because the wire pipe cleaner is on the back. Her hat's nice and straight. Lastly, we're going to put a hanger in her. So we're going to go on row number 1. There's 2 holes right. I'll see if I can zoom down. The 2 holes right in between. If you can stick your finger in there and push, go down one hole and up the other. This might be a little bit hard to do if you have a styrofoam ball. However, you can just loop a zip tie on the back of another zip tie to make a hanger as well. Do the zip tie up, and there's your hanger. And there you go. A winter fairy angel. It does take a little bit of time to make her, but she is well worth it. Thanks for joining me, and hope you subscribe to our YouTube channel for more projects just like this one. Thanks, guys. Bye.